Hello folks, I hope that you're having just a great day today, keeping yourself safe in our modern COVID world. Today we'll take another look at the collection The King in Yellow by Robert W. Chambers. Today we're going to be taking a look at the short story The Mask, which is a 15-page short story that he published in this self-collection. I've been dedicating my Thursdays over the last couple of weeks to stories that are in this collection, and I'm going to do the next one in that story, and that is The Mask for You, which is 15 pages long in this collection. As a reminder, Robert Chambers is a gentleman who was a big, well-known person at the time. He's had more than 20 of his novels turned into silent movies. He wrote in the late 1800s and early 1900s. He hacked out more than 40 novels. He wrote tons of short stories. He wrote plays that were put on. He was incredibly prolific, but he wrote for the modern day, the modern audience. He knew his stuff wasn't going to last. It wasn't going to be well known. He was sort of the Danielle Steele of his day. They were romances. They were historical stuff. They were adventures. They all had these sort of fun things that played into the pop culture of the day. So he was a big known name during his day, but nobody studies Robert Chambers or knows who he is anymore, except for 1895's The King in Yellow, a weird fiction story of self-published collection of 5 short stories that are all in the horror genre and that all are very strong. I've already done my favorite and the first one in there for you, The Yellow Sign, which I will link to you in the comments below. Because this was published a long time ago, I think I can probably find an online version that's free of copyright for you. I'll also try to find that for you for free, and I'll also link you to a collection if you just want to read it in paper like I do. If you're just an old-fashioned reader of the page. So I'll link you to a few different things in the comments below. But let's go ahead and get started with The Mask for you. So The Mask opens up, and it's pretty cool. I actually kind of want to show you this. It opens up with a quotation from The Yellow King. Now, The King in Yellow. Now, as a reminder, The King in Yellow is a fictional. Here it is for you. See how it opens up with this opening? It's a quotation from the play The Yellow King. Now, in this collection, I'm sorry, The King in Yellow is a play that has never been put on. It is a dark document, and everybody who reads it is really pushed and thrown into a dark place, and bad things will happen to them. And you've seen The King in Yellow quoted in 2 of the stories that I've already reviewed for you, The Yellow Sun and In the Court of the Dragon, and both of them had more major parts of the plot. And now it's going to appear again. Not only are you going to get a quotation at the beginning of this story, The Mask, from that, and in this quotation, it's about a party where everybody's wearing masks. And there is this character there who is thought to be wearing a mask, and then they take off their masks, and they're like, "Why don't you take off your masks?" And then this character says, "I'm not wearing a mask," and then they're all horrified. It reminds me of The Mask of the Red Death by a certain famous Edgar Wright Poe, who you may have heard of before. It has that sort of a quotation feel to it. This quote from The King in Yellow. But then we'll get started with the story proper. And in the story proper, what we're going to do is we're going to be opening up, and we're going to be at this gentleman's house, and he is going to be putting a flower into a solution with one of his best friends. And these 2 people this guy has prepared this solution, and he's showing what's going to happen. And this flower's put into this clear liquid, and after it gets into it, its color starts to tint into the water and get pulled off. It's going to change colors, and then there's going to be a flash of a golden sunlight beam, and then at the conclusion of that flash of light, the flower becomes stone, and it looks like it was carved out of stone, and it's beautiful, and it's incredibly attractive to the eye as this incredibly strong flower. And the person who created the solution talks about the solution, what he did, how he found it, and you're going to find out more about this solution as a key part of the issue and the problem going on. Now, you'll find out that the person who created the solution is married to a woman that was a mutual love interest of them both. She pledged her love to the person who created the solution, who is a sculptor. He has followed this solution as a part of his sculpting, but he doesn't like the solution as a thing. He thinks that it's wrong. He thinks that people will be tempted to do some dark things with it. It might skip his art. And similar things like that would happen. So he doesn't like it. He's not going to publish it, share it, sell it, or anything like that. He's just been using it and been experimenting with it, but he doesn't want to do anything more with it. And his best friend agrees, and then the two of them continue to talk, and the best friend will continue to come and go from the house that his friends are out. Has some interactions with the woman. He's going to read The King in Yellow, which is in his friend's house, the one who made the solution. And then some things are going to start to happen. And I'll go ahead and leave you there because that's about halfway through the 15-page short story. This is Robert Chambers. I give it a 7 out of 10. It's well written, it's well done. It's got some creepy stuff that's happening to it. This stuff is heavily influential. The idea of a dark text, that when you read it, you have your eyes opened into to darkness. You have your soul exposed, and bad things will happen to you. It's something that will resonate in later horror fiction, like the Cthulhu mythos, the Necronomicon by H.P. Lovecraft. And there are these other things that will come that will play into that whole, or Robert Howard's the Nameless Cults book. So there are a number of these things that are out there that play into this idea. This comes from, Robert Chambers, and Robert Chambers also will include some works from Ambrose Bierce. Lake Hali is appearing in here, and Carcosa is appearing here too, and this story will also name check those things as well. So he's also pulling some things from Ambrose Bierce into his own story as a part of that, and The Mask will continue that. So I'll go ahead and leave you to it. Have you read The Mask? What did you think of it? Did you agree or disagree with any of my comments? I'd be happy to engage you with those further in the comments below. If you like this video, please feel encouraged to hit that subscribe button. There's going to be so many more of these to follow. And finally, I just want to thank you for taking some time out of your day and investing in my video. We all have so many things happening in our lives, right? So the fact that you spent this time with me, it's incredibly humbling, and I really do appreciate it. So thanks again, and have a great day.